Hello there. All right, so we are going to cover the Motown groove that's encapsulated in the song Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch by the Four Tops. This is Jamerson's defining bass line that people will say, hey, play that Motown groove. It comes from this. So it's in the rhythm and it's in the movements within each chord. And we'll break that down. So a little playthrough of just the main groove is going to sound like this. And just kind of repeats from there, and there's an intro as well, but it's really just a 4-chord groove, and the key is C, and it uses the 1 chord, which is C, 3rd fret of the A string. Then it's going to use the 5 chord, which is G, and in this case I'm going to play the 5th fret of the 2nd string, or the D string. Then I'm going to go to a D chord, and for this I'm going to play the 5th fret of the A string, or it's a D minor chord, or D minor 7. And the last chord is F. So I go 1, 5, 2, 4. So really it's in this groove range box pattern. So I'm going to play this one at the 3rd fret of string 2. That's my F, and turn it back around to a G at the 5th fret of that same string. All right, so there are really just 2 patterns to this. And you can play this with open notes, but the exercise is great and you get control over each note by keeping them fretted. And there's going to be some techniques in here as well as the rhythm. So off the C chord, I'm going to roll it to a 4th below, which is the G. And that's really just a lower octave of the perfect 5th of C. And for that, I'm getting this rocking method. First finger's just rocking, and then I'm doing a finger drag with the picking hand. Then I'm going to add in the major 6th above that, which is the A at the 5th fret of the E string. So C, G, A, C, G, A, C. And the rhythm to it is 1 and 2 and 4 and. And you play that twice. So each chord is pretty much going to have 2 patterns. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. Now when I do the G and the D chord, I'm going to have a slightly different melodic pattern. So I'm going to play the G, play its lower octave of the 5th or a 4th below, which will be the D, but instead of playing the major 6th, I'm going to play the dominant 7th, which is going to be a whole step below that G root note at the 3rd fret of string 2, which is my F note. So I'm going G, D, F, G, D, F, G, rhythm. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. And for this, I'm not doing so much of a finger roll. I'm splitting in between the ring and the pinky and ring finger, and using the first finger on the dominant 7th. The D chord is the same pattern as G, just move it 1 string towards the ceiling. So in this case, I'm playing D, A, C, D, A, C, D. And then the F pattern is the same as the C pattern, but 1 string towards the ground. So I'm going to start with the F, 3rd fret of string 2, roll it over to the C at the 3rd fret of string 3, and then we play the major 6th note at the 5th fret, which is a D note, on string 3. 1 and 2 and 4 and. And that is, again, that's F, C, D, F, C, D, F. And I only play that once before going into a turnaround on the G. Now, I think I do this a little different than what Jamerson did it, but I like playing it this way. I'm going to play the G to the D. G, D, G, D, G, A. And I'm going to slide up to the A. And that's the main groove. At the beginning, they just hang on that C chord for a long time. All right, so the song is, I think, at like 127 beats per minute. So I'm going to slow this down to 100 to do a play along, and then we'll do it again at 127. Actually, I'll slow it down to 90. All right, ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, ready with the C chord. 1 and 2 and 4 and. That's G chord. D minor. F. Turn it around. Okay, and then just try to do that on repeat with your own metronome. And I'll do it one more time to play along, and I'll just say the interval movements I'm doing within each chord. Oops, wrong drum track. Here we go. 1, 2, ready with the C. I'm going root, 5th, 6th, root, 5th, 6th, root. Here, doing root, 5th, 7th, root. Root, 5th, 7th, root, 5th, 7th, root. Cool. And we'll do that full play along at 127 beats per minute. Somewhere right around there. One, two, ready, go. So, cool pattern. Make